maybe get a
Yeah,
little bit of a little Pop's perspective on things.
sure.
So so that's a BoomerCast, and I'm here with Steve Stutsman, Papa Top. So like the name Papa Top, did you get that from a Garth Brooks song or?
Nah, Robert, man, I have my name up there. I'm just having fun with it. I'll probably change it. Who knows what the next one? I thought Papa Top was kind of funny.
It is. That is a
Good
good
chuckle
one.
out of it. Other than that, there's really no meaning to it, man. It is what it is.
Hell yeah. You seem to have a pretty good time on in them spaces there with your boy. You have a pretty good relationship with your kid, and that's really good to see you, father. You don't see that too much anymore, man. It's kind of wild. But so yeah, you gotta be pretty proud, man. You got your daughter played softball at Florida State, and
Yep.
now you got your boy playing at OU, and he's the first 5-star. I mean, the first kid to sign from Orlando Sentinel. Is that what, or I mean,
No, he in the area. So right up the road from us is in Apopka,
okay,
Darlington. Ty, was it? I think it was Ty, right? Ty
Ty
Darlington.
Darlington. Yeah.
Yeah. So he, that was, I don't know, 10 years ago, but of course, he went on to do great things. But he was right up. Of course, I think Ty played with on his team was what's his name from the Bucks. His son, Warren Sapp. Warren Sapp probably played with Ty,
Oh yeah, nice.
and then
Very
Danny
nice.
Danny played with Warren Sapp's son at his school, so it was pretty cool.
Okay. Is his boy going anywhere to play?
He's at he's a year 2 years ahead. Danny, he went to FAU.
Oh, okay. Nice.
FAU, yeah,
They were recruiting Danny too as well, huh? FAU.
yeah. It was he had a lot of offers. He had no just wanted to make sure the right fit. So
Yeah, he reminds me a lot of Travis Lewis. I'm not sure if you remember him from OU or not, but he was a
no, I do.
linebacker.
Yeah, not. I'm more familiar with Teddy Lehman and Rocky
Okay.
Thomas. Those
Yeah.
guys. Of course, Boz. Uh, I would probably say guys that play against Britt Hager out of Texas. Uh, Texas. We want to talk about Texas, but play against some good linebackers. Trying to see who he compares to, but he's got that. He's got that build. 6'4", gonna be probably 240. Can run, so it's.
4.640 is very impressive for somebody with that size.
Yeah. I think he can get. I think he can do a little better than that once because 40 training is a training. There's some little things you can do to get your 40 down. These guys just kind of go out there and run them.
Right.
But it's all good. I mean, he's got plenty of speed side to side, and you know,
So
you know
and then so you played tight end at Baylor, and that's where did you meet your wife there? She was a basketball player for Baylor as
yeah,
well.
yep. She played there, and had a good. They weren't as good as they have been in the last 14, 15 years, but yeah, she played there, and we met and got together after that and been together ever since. So it's been pretty cool.
So and Danny's the youngest of the two. You have two
Yep.
children.
Yes. Yeah. Sabrina's 25 and he's still 18, if you can
Nice.
believe that.
So Danny, he likes to have a lot of fun. He's a pretty crazy guy, but he seems to like know how to turn that switch on and off, like when it's not time to play and when it's time to play
Well,
ball.
you know
Um,
what, right? Yeah, you gotta have an outlet, man. So some people, that's the thing. And he's always grown up with, I'm a jokester myself, so that's all he's ever known is me, how I am with people and how I like to interact with people and like to joke and keep it light. But when it's time to go to work, it's time to go to work. And I let him, out that's an outlet. When you get all these pressures and you get everything going on, I mean, what better way as your outlet is to have some fun. Other people turn to other things for an outlet, which isn't always healthy. So for him to have fun, interact with fans and the players, I mean, I think it's just life's tough enough as it is, and especially what they're doing now with school and everything they got. Sometimes it takes a little joke just to kind of, break the ice or the tension that's going on from the day-to-day grind.
Yeah, it's excuse me. You're talking about the pressure. Like I could just imagine the pressure of a football player at any big university with the name, image, and likeness, and they got their studies on top of that, and you don't know if your teammate's gonna leave or stay, or it's
Well,
like it'd be I don't know, like the transfer portal. What are your thoughts on that?
well, let me address the one thing. So the pressures, which a lot of people don't realize, is you got the pressure of somebody trying to take your job
Mhm.
every day in and out. Uh, we at work, like, when we're working, we don't have of course we got to perform, but we're not being asked, we're not being judged every day by people going over film, looking at your performance, and then getting ready for a game, and then performing in a game. You got the next guy just chomping at the bit. Now, everybody's cordial about it, but everybody deep in their mind, when you get to this level, if they're saying, "Hey, I'm going to wait my time," they're just telling you a lie, because down deep inside, everybody that steps on that, over at OU thinks they can play right now, and they
Right.
should. That's the level of intensity that you want. You want to be able to do that. So when you practice, there's no, it's true. You practice how you play. So you better practice correctly, or you're not going to play. And that's a big pressure that nobody really touches on. Um, as far as the transfer portal, I think it's a good thing to some aspect. One being, as we've seen, coaches do form, bonds with
Oh yeah.
players, and players go to where coaches are, either because there's an offense that they're adapt to, or they just like the personality of that coach. So when that guy leaves, and the guy, the person that is sitting there, and the parents go, well, we don't know anybody now. No one's, now the offense you recruited me for is, you took a 180. I'm not
Mhm.
even going to fit in your offense. I'm supposed to just sit here and say, hey, okay, I'll do whatever. But it's nice to say, but that's, I think, a good example would be, maybe Stogner. Stogner
Yeah.
leaving,
Yeah.
looking at the type of offense that Levy runs over his time. You just don't know. There's always options,
Right.
and also, there's options for coaches. You get guys injured that maybe can't come back. You lose some. You lose some to the portal. Well, man, I gotta fix that little hole right now. And you've seen OU, and not only OU, but you've seen college coaches grab an immediate replacement. Guys that have experience, guys that have started, guys that played at a high level. Um, Now, where it gets a little sticky is, uh, hey, I don't like the situation. I'm gonna leave. That what I was talking about is more specific, but you don't want that.
Yeah.
You got to do have some kind of, some situations where you just can't run and jump. Hey, I'm not happy. I'm leaving. It's got to be something, uh, some tweaks to it. And of course, NIL. That's a whole different thing in its deal. It's, uh, the halves are always going to have, the QBs are always going to get the better deals, or some of the high profile players, and the rest, just can hope for a deal.
Yeah.
There needs to be some guidelines. Um, I'm sure I'm sure it'll happen over time. It's just like with anything new. You see kind of what happens, and then the reactions become the guidelines to it. So, yeah, it sure has changed since I've been around. I'm telling you that, man. It's it is crazy. But I will say some of it's been crazy in a good way,
Yeah.
because of the facilities and what NCAA's allowed. When I was playing, the team, the university couldn't give you snacks, or they couldn't, you had to, there was no, of this nutrition stuff and meals provided. You got a meal at the end of the day, and you're on your own on the weekends.
Wow.
So I'm glad to see that stuff has changed. And you know the strength conditioning,
Phew.
and the way they deal with that, Robert. Now, it used to be you had a workout and that covered your kickers to your offensive linemen. Well, is your kickers, running back, quarterbacks, cornerbacks, safeties, linebackers, offensive linemen, tight end? Do they all need to have the same workout? No, they don't. They have to have a specific individual workout tailored for those guys, so to fit their position. So that's
Right.
that's another technology or another step of redefining what you do in the off season, which is it's huge.
That's
So sorry if I'm mumbling, man.
no, you're good. You're totally good. It reminds me of a quote Emmett, excuse me, Emmett Smith said. He said, "All men are created equal. Some just work harder in the preseason." And
Yeah.
that's what it is. It's how much work you want to put in to be the best. And I really
Well,
think
and
with
that's the thing,
Schmidt
once these guys tailor make you a program and you follow it, that's just going to make you better.
it is.
As before, you look at the program and go, why in the heck am I trying to bench press 500 pounds? I'm a punter,
For sure.
or something like that. You don't need to,
Yeah.
I don't need to do, 15 reps, 75% every day. I'm on the line. So, but yeah, but at the end of the day, you still got to bust your butt and work hard. That's first and foremost.
Talent, like effort, you can't give away talent. You can't teach. I mean, effort, you can't give it away. You can't teach effort. I mean, it's right here and right here.
Yeah, it's those intangibles everybody talks about.
Yep.
Those are things that that will, that's why when everybody talks about stars and all this stuff, man, you take a 3-star, 4-star guy that's hungry, even though he probably, there's probably reasons why he's not a 5-star, whether he's at a smaller school or just not getting looked at. But you take those guys that don't really care about what kind of star, or no one's ever, they've never been the top dog, they don't care about it. They work hard all the way through high school.
Yeah.
That continues to happen, and they get elevated when they get to college. It's a hot topic. Everybody's talking about stars don't matter.
Yeah.
When I was around, we didn't have stars. Blue chips is what recruits were called, blue chips. Well, blue chip could have been a 3-star, 4-star,
Yeah.
5. You're a blue chip recruit. It didn't matter. But now everybody, now these sites have labeled them as stars. And there wasn't stars around. There wasn't stars for Boz. Boz was a blue chip linebacker.
You played against Bosworth?
No, he's a few years ahead of me. We played Oklahoma, I think my sophomore year, and that's Stacy Dillard, who's a good friend of mine.
Okay, yeah.
I played with him. Well, yeah, we played against him in high school, and we kept in touch all these years, and then we played against each other. And
very nice.
When he's at Oklahoma. But yeah, it's just stars. It is what it is, man.
Well, you guys were the Southwestern Conference back then, huh?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, we were definitely. Yeah, it was a whole different landscape.
Yeah, big weight. A lot different than it is today, even the Big 8. I remember the Big 8 back in the day.
No, the Big 8. Yep, the Big 8.
That was fun,
Southwest
man.
Conference, man, that was strong, man. People, like I said, people don't know, there's Texas A&M, you had Arkansas.
Texas.
Yeah, we had, Houston was even.
Oh, yeah, that's David Klingler.
Klingler and Andre Ware.
Andre Ware, he was so good, man.
The run and shoot offense, man. That was
that was fun to watch.
Yeah,
a lot of fun.
That was something else.
It was, man.
But
so, you got any projections or expectations for the Sooners this year? Like as far as domination.
I was talking up, or I've talked about, how the Sooners going to do. If you look at the class, they already have talent here.
Oh yeah.
Sure we lost a few players, but we got talent. I think Venables did a hell of a job, salvaging that 22 class. That could have got sideways quick, but man,
for sure, man,
he did a great job. I think where they come in 7th,
8th,
8th in the nation.
Yeah.
I suspect, that's another question. Well, how's Oklahoma going to do in the SEC? Oklahoma's going to do just fine. You know why? Because we're not moving to the SEC this coming year. If you look at what Venables is doing, defensive line and everything, he's getting geared up for the SEC. When A&M jumped, they didn't have a year to get ready, or some of those other teams. went the
Right.
next year, and found it was very, pretty dang tough. So I don't think, if is anybody naive to think we're going to jump in the SEC and be in the conference championships? Probably not, but we're definitely not going to be. We're definitely not going to be a 7-5 team. I
Yeah.
can tell you that.
Definitely better
Not,
than Vanderbilt.
oh well, look, every league's got their Vanderbilts. I don't
Yeah,
care who
right.
you are.
For sure, man. I'm really excited about the young players on the defensive side. Ethan Downs, Stutsman, Isaiah Coe. There's just so many. Justin, what is that guy? Justin
Broyles,
Broyles? Yeah,
yeah,
Broyles. He had
Broyles.
such a good.
No, man, there is a lot to be excited about. I mean, you guys have, Kevin Gilliam is,
Oh yeah.
Danny's roommate. Nobody's even seen it. You guys haven't seen Clayton Smith. That guy's a beast.
I keep hearing about him, man.
Dude,
I want to
man,
see him.
those guys. You can't play everybody.
Right.
That's what you have to do, stagger them. So I think they got their red shirt, but they're going to come out in full force. Ethan Downs, great. There's a lot of great guys, even in the offense, man. It's you look up and down, man. It's going to be exciting. And then with what Venables is bringing to the defensive side, and then of course the offense. I think getting Dylan Gabriel was huge.
Very, very huge.
That was you had to figure that Caleb was going to be doing something. Every indication was there that he was going to probably move on, which is
right
within his right and
yeah.
what was best for him. So wish all those guys nothing but the best. Absolutely.
To be honest, I think I'd rather have Gabriel over Williams just because of he's had over 9,000 yards in Levy's offense, and
I personally watched Dylan. Being here in Orlando, of course.
That's right. Yeah.
We follow UCF, and I followed Dylan's career since when Mackenzie Milton went down, and then while they were recruiting him from Hawaii, and saw him play a lot. Man, the guy's a gamer.
Nice.
I mean, the guy can throw a deep ball.
Nice.
I mean, you don't get 9,000 yards by throwing 5-yard out routes all the time.
Right.
He can definitely throw it, and I think that's what enticed him. Obviously with the relationship with Levy, and wow, what immediate success can you have when the offensive coordinator has the guy that was the general of his offense for a couple of years? So it's good. Things are lining up. The stars are aligning.
Yeah, for sure.
Sometimes you got to take a couple steps back to go forwards. I think I always say take one step. I never want to take two steps. I take one step back,
right,
and then I go forward 2 steps. So I think that's where OU is. It's going to be. I mean, I can see it. Everybody, OU Nation's excited. Everybody's excited. So it's going to be fun. You got 11 guys going to the freaking combine.
Yeah, that blows me away. And how do you not win a conference title with 11 combine guys? But
hey, conference. I get it, man. Conference. Championships are still hard to come by.
Oh yeah.
Even though you look good on paper.
Right. Hey, that's the truth.
But there's definitely some outside forces that could have been mitigating some of that success for sure.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna end on this quote here. It's focus on the daily instead of the dream, but let the dream shape what you do daily. And I really believe that's a really just a good way to approach life every day. Is just what your dream is, but you know what you have to do to work for that dream. And I really think your boy is he's a great kid. And I think he works hard, and I appreciate you being on the show, man.
No, I appreciate it, Robert, man. Hey, appreciate what you're doing, and I think everybody enjoys the Twitter OU Twitter feed, man. I think it's got national attention as well.
Oh, yeah.
How passionate OU fans are, man. It's awesome.
That's a good deal, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on the BoomerCast, and good luck, and maybe we'll talk to you in a few weeks or something, maybe. Or
Hey, absolutely, Robert, man. I appreciate it, man. Enjoyed it. And we'll definitely keep listening, brother.
hell yeah, thanks, bud.
All right, Boomer.
Boomer Soder.
You got it, brother. Later.
Later, bud.